When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And the Huskers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Hawkeyes offense will go to work first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
The give to the tailback. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quickly to the tight end. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Just ran over it. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. We didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and there's...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Hawkeyes have their offense in high gear. From the red zone, looking for a space. Flips it out to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tagged it.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time.
Touchdown, Hawkeyes! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Cornhuskers offense will go to work for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to... from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him, mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press him and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. We have a new #1 team in the nation this week. Guys, they've made it to the mountaintop, and usually that just means now everybody's shooting at you.
I think a lot of people are waiting to see is how they wear this #1, if they change it all moving forward. But, David, talking to their players this week, they were saying they knew they were the #1 team before the season even started. Everybody else is just figuring that out now.
Yeah, and you got to love the confidence of this squad and going out and earning that #1 ranking, but it's another thing completely to keep it and to continue to have that edge and that hunger. We'll see if they can do it.
The Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The attempt is no good, and they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Turning it on! Oh, out of space. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Iowa!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Oh, lack of concentration that time by the receiver. If he catches it, it's going to be a 1st down. You just have to look that ball in. Do what you do every single day in practice, in your sleep, that's a bad break for the offense early.
Got him downfield. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
Well, if you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving it.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to it. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Cornhuskers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Creates a little room. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Plows through the defense. He's now up to 77 yards, rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Grab near the marker. It's Parker. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Snagged out of the air. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Hawkeyes have this offense rolling. The run to the right. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. And the Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
Hey, man, you're going to have to bring a lot of hats to the party to get this guy down. These big tight ends, they do not go down easy. He's able to make one guy miss, break a tackle, pick up some extra yardage.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. looking for a man. It's Raiola. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
You just feel like the sense of urgency is going up for this offense. Now, they haven't had that many possessions so far in the game, and because they've got no points now, it feels like the quarterback's starting to press. He's trying to make it happen on his own, taking a shot down the field. Another incompletion for this offense. They can't get anything going.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Finds some room. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Huskers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got it behind the line. It's Anderson. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give on the option. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hawkeyes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. Got room at the 35. Lots of running room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hawkeyes.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted, one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Nelson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily
sprinting away. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
This guy has a chance to bring home the Heisman Trophy this year because he continues to make plays week in, week out. Doesn't matter who's guarding him, what coverages you play. This guy finds ways to make plays for his offense.
He'll set up to throw. He's going for the goal line. And they will score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Iowa has the ball back on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds the tight end. Wide open spaces. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
What a beautiful sight. And not only are we big and strong and powerful and athletic, you can just have unbelievable hands to the mix, because we can catch a football too, just like those little DBs, create turnovers, force interceptions. Let's go.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He has the first and still on his feet. Turning on the Jets. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the Huskers are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Huskers! They say there's no more loyal fan base than the one at Nebraska. Well, this guy is becoming their hero with this performance.
And Nebraska fans have a special place in their heart for a quarterback that can run it, that can throw it, show you all the dimensions of their game because they've had so many great ones in the past. And this guy, he looks like the future.
And the returner will be knocked down. Iowa has the ball back on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He fires a bullet to the right. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air, it's Raiola. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's loose. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense, puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. There he goes!
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Parker. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. He unleashes a long one. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Raiola. Oh, they're after him! Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Oh, he's got some space. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Kinnick is having a conniption fit to try to help the D on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. They'll immediately call timeout. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Looking to throw on first down. Still looking on the move. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivalries. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line.
That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Finds his back in the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Huskers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hansen. Turns it on in midfield. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Really nice job on the scramble that time. He saw an opening, he went out and got the first down with his legs. He's killing this defense right now, throwing it. He's now doing it running as well.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield to get it back.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. that is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He just slips and slides his way down to the 42.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. To the air on first down. Fights off a defender. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They've got the screen set up. Looking for room at the 30. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To throw, it's Raiola. Finds his big tight end. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
On the move, it's Hansen. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Got a man, it's Hansen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And this is sort of like a pinball machine. The numbers keep ticking up. He's closing in on 450 yards.
Yeah, Reese, and there's no defense for perfect throws, and that's what this guy's been delivering all game long. You know, the coverage hasn't always been awful, but this guy just finds a way to thread the needle.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. That might be the proverbial fourth quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, after having an historic performance his last time out, registering 4 sacks, this offense knew they had to do something to try to slow this guy down, and they thought they had a good plan for him. But that plan's not working here today. That's already his 2nd sack in this game.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Finds his man. It's Parker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for goodwill on the own side of the field if we're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they probably understood. Listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
And the Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback may change this route. Now they'll run it on the toss. Picks up the first down, still moving. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska! The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Parker. Showing off that weight room work as he gets across the 20 and up to the 22.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
Wants to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Flips it out on the screen. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch.
Looking deep down the right side. Makes a catch at the 20. Touchdown, Iowa! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. It's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Fires to the tight end. He gets it to the 34-yard line. An excellent third down defense, and fourth down's coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Pittsburgh is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in the Steel City. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to SMU. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Washington.
Look, it's a nice game, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you got to be throwing at least to the first down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Rushes on him, and they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Dropping back, it's Raiola. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Huskers. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They send the tight end in motion. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Unloads it left. Got his man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down for 38. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Hawkeyes will have it 1st and 10.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is so good, and then you take shots when you get matchups, and you see tight ends now that move like wide receivers and running backs that move like receivers. There's so many ways that quarterbacks can hurt you now, and he showed all of it today.
The Hawkeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's taking a deep shot. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. going the other way, and he's got room. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They've stretched out this lead, and they're starting to smell their 11th win of the year.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
34.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has the ball back on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Makes the catch on the left. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens.